Hello, folks, and welcome back. After several side quest adventures, honestly, I'm not sure how many. I haven't gone through and edited everything yet. I think it's finally time for us to return to our duties at the Rising Stones and see what other things this reborn realm has in store for us. So, Minfilia, what's up? Ooh, that's a new person.
Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply.
Primals.
The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do.
Alright, Horizon. I do not have any recollection of what this is about. This is fun. We're getting into the zone of the story that I really don't remember how we get from point A to point B. I think I've said that before, but it is definitely true now. I know vaguely what order bosses happen in, like trials and some dungeons, but
Ny'ardbert, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better be spent in conversation with Fufalupa. He's the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours.
understood. Consider the buck thoroughly passed. Hello, Fufalupa. Tell me about what's happening. Give me clues.
Oh, hello there. Ny'ardbert, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We've yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The car bolted off towards eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could...
Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all.
Thancred, wherever have you been off to?
I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of summoners. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found.
Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere.
We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Ny'ardbert. That 5 feet really make a difference?
And so we find ourselves back where we began. What have I overlooked?
What have they got crafting away over there? Against all expectations, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they've yet to replenish the store of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motives were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. When you think about what it might be, I shall inform Orion-J of our progress, or lack thereof. Cutscene?
Now then.
Oh.
Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Got jump scared by voice acting. I do love that Rhea and Jerry calls Thancred. It's like, oh, there's a lady here to talk to you. And the first thing he's asking is if she's hot. Good to have you back, Thancred.
Mayhap a more subtle approach is in order.
Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows, if we work together we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Alright, Fufalupa, what you got for us? Oh, back into a cutscene.
Oh, but it is good to see you return. I've given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there's someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst?
It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Yeah, you wouldn't know anything about that, eh, Thancred?
Indeed. If for reasons of security the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed.
Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation?
Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Makote miner, traveling without escort so as to not attract undue attention.
But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that. But to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way. Mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley?
A fine spot for rest, would you not agree, Ny'ardbert?
Alas, the role of the Makote miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north, and I will do the same to the south.
Ahem. Forgive me, my friends, but I've received new orders. I must inform my men at once.
Call me a cynic, but I'd be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Well, sad that I don't get to play the miner. Never killed a man with a pickaxe before. Movement to the distance catches your eye. You. More? Yes, there are. Oh, is that not enough? Alright. Oh my god. Y'shtola's outfit is so cute. Do they ever use this for anything else? Is this a real outfit that you can get? Love it.
Stubborn to the last, as expected. You are unharmed.
A gang of sea-wolf thieves, and in Thanalan, no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Sea-wolves? All of them?
Aye. And all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Ah, fuck.
Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you'd be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make.
To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Fufalupa! Beat up the dudes. Hey, Thancred. Why didn't you just talk to him? This tale does not require a bard's embellishment. Simply tell Fufalupa what transpired.
On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? And by your leave, I would very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no. I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him, and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea-wolf, Plymouth born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I say, pray, keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. Oh, you might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? So where exactly is it I'm supposed to be going? The antecedent bids me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alfino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alfino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. Not black blade, that's a different property. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Oh yeah, Vesper Bay is like right nearby. I don't need to teleport. Man, only been in the new place for a couple patches and they're already sending us back here. You're late. No matter, I know where our visitors are headed. I'm sorry, late for what? You haven't given me a time. From what I've been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? Hanathod? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern Continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. And, more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We'd be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Ny'ardbert. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultan sworn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good, I shall see you in Ul'dah. God, you are insufferable. Like, I love men, but... Oh, God.
I feel like Alfino is the type of person that you would say that, like, he doesn't know the meaning of the word humility, and he would very indignantly define it for you. Proximity-based cutscene. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass.
Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness.
Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again.
You know not what you do.
I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears.
A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well.
I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alfino Levior, at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray, join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Sorry about that, Bartholomew. Yes, I know I can't... Oh, right, whatever. Oh, it is currently the Christmas event, as I'm sure you can tell. So, happy Starlight to those who observe.
It has been ever so long since last we set foot on dry land. I truly hope this marks the end of our journey.
We would be most grateful for any assistance you and Master Alfino can offer.
Master Alfino's associate, yes? We have been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin.
Alright, Alfino, let's go.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea, from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Yeah, I don't get it either, but it is.
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Alright. What do you want me to do? Okay. You guys know how to play Triple Triad? We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness.
Lady Yugiri labors day and night for the good of our people. She is an inspiration to us all, yet I worry for her health. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people.
Modi! Can I, buy a bunch of food for these people?
Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Ny'ardbert? Of course I'll help.
You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just sent word they can't come. You know, got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call on Fritera and Catherine on the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. The Little Prince. Who would that have been? Was it Alfino? Did we just, steal Alfino's dinner? Because that's kind of funny. Should have went the other way to get this etherite quicker. But I did not. There we go. Catherine, I need you to send your stuff elsewhere because there's a different place. Here you go. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. Mark my words. What is your alternative? She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Of course it doesn't in Capital Land. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. I mean, I didn't, so good to know. Alright, we already got it. Alright, it's been arranged.
They didn't get any trouble, did they?
I mean, not really. They're a little sassy, but...
Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand.
My lady, it has been arranged.
I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly.
Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you'll be pleased with his reply.
You've been granted an audience.
Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once.
You've done much for us, Master Alfino. I swear we shall return the favor.
Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. A small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate.
Then I shall choose them with care.
You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. As a quick aside, when this first came out, Aura were not a playable race. In fact, they weren't in the game at all. They didn't show up until Heavensward. So the fact that Yugiri has that, like, clearly reptilian tail just, like, set people spinning of, like, who is that? What's going on here? We must take pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Ul'dah. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, Ul'dah, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equal to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage, in particular, serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. If we are all enemies of Garlemald, is it not fitting that we should join forces?
I have heard that the Sultana is a kind and generous ruler. Of the Syndicate, I have heard less flattering things. Bards sing of wars which decide the fates of nations, but a single word spoken within a council chamber is more like to decide that of mine own.
A pleasure, Ny'ardbert. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Alfie, I appreciate the asides, but your voice is echoing in here.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Ah, yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Sugarloaf potato, I had such high hopes.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
I am glad that the Syndicate isn't, like, uniformly die-hard evil. Seems like Teleji seems nice enough.
It bears repeating that Lord Lolorito does not speak for the Syndicate. The others harbor doubts, I will allow, but in time they shall see the error of their ways. As Lord Lolorito goes, so goes the Syndicate. My people could not endure another long sea voyage. But if Ulda will not accept us, what choice have we? Did they not hear Lady Yugiri's pleas? How can they turn us away knowing what we have endured? Prone to violence and criminal activity? Who is he to speak of us thus? Are we to be punished for sins we may never commit?
As you have observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah, I will waste no more words on him. Not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. So this is probably coming out at about the same time as the Sahagi quests. Maybe? I'm not entirely sure how this is going to end up ordering. But if you've seen those, definitely let me know whether you want to see more of the beast tribes, because like there's definitely a bunch of them. Like talking to that guy will unlock the Amalja. I will not deny that certain portions of the refugee population have been a burden on the Sultanate, but I take issue with my counterpart's contention that they account for the majority. In this they are plainly mistaken. Even so, we must not think ill of them for wishing to protect our great nation. Mayhap I should have considered the likelihood of failure more deeply beforehand. You think? A galleon is no place for my people. For any people to call home. This cannot continue. We do not wish to live by the grace of others. We want to work. We want to contribute. Is there naught we can do to earn the approval of these Uldans? The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that matter being reconsidered. The monitorists have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their eternal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Same solution as our other problem? Minfilia. That is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision. I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap? Or even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Ugiri, I have a proposal if you'd hear it. Out with it, Master Alfino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, would not save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Ugiri. While I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alfino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray, do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may be safely borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance? Look for me there anon, Ny'ardbert. Lady Ugiri,
If you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the immortal flames can provide.
We are concerned that the Verdoman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship with insufficient supplies and scarce enough room to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. You continue to be a saint.
What news?
Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do?
I fear that exceeds our mandate. Word a smaller number may happen to go unnoticed, but the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona.
When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf.
Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord.
After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Ugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Ugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you. After you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Sure. I'm going to take a quick I'm a person break, and then I'll be right back. Alright, let's get this crew on the road and try to get the refugees where they belong, at least. As we speak, the Domans prepare for the departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Ul'dah. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Ny'ardbert, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Ugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Alrighty. I think I've got a ticket for this. Yeah, I got 18 of them. That's fine. You unlock out of curiosity. Gotcha, alright.
Ugh, I could smell their stench on the wind even here. Whose? Oh, do you mean like the people on the boat? Because they've probably been in there for a good long while. Greetings. Alfino informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. It's okay. My job is to help, and I'm helping. I knew from a glance what manner of man you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children who've been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. Sure. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozan. He can tell you more. Hey, Yozan! How many kids are hiding? Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hozan. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? I hear we're traveling by horsebird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses. I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Oh, don't worry. I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still hiding, and since Lady Ugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you could find them in no time. Oh, one of them I saw right there. And this is why we use horsebirds. Woo! I mean, it's actually probably just because they're around, but... How'd you find me? I guess I need to practice more. Maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Whew, that's dark. Okay, can I see any other hiding children from here? Oh, there's one. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Yozan didn't say anything about adults. Huh? You get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know, it sounds scary. But if Yozan says it's safe, I'll go. You up to over here, bashful geyser? They say Lord Lorito practically funded the reconstruction of Vesper Bay himself. That's why the town honored him with that huge, that humongous bronze statue. It is him. God damn it. It's a bit much, though, don't you think? I'd wager he's much fatter and uglier, but that's just between you and me. Surprisingly accurate, honestly. From here, at least. Hello, hiding child. Hey! You're not Yozan. Who are you? I'm Koharu. Ny'ardbert Tia, eh? I didn't know anyone else was... Wait a minute, you're one of those, stallions, aren't you? I mean, thanks, but I don't think that's what you meant. No, scions. Scions! Then you must know Lady Ugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide-and-seek, too. Oh, right, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Ny'ardbert Tia. Success, Hozan. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Ugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koru, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Ul'dah is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, it would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey.
Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you're ready to leave, please inform our coachman. I hope that this is all unnecessary. These reports of a great beast on the roads to Ul'dah are most troubling. Well, that sounds fun. Fascinating creatures. Whence did they come? So, the horsebirds, the chocobo, are, if I remember correctly, native to the forests in the Dravanian forelands up near Ishgard. Although they've been domesticated more or less everywhere in this area. Grandfather is so lucky. These horsebirds smell terrible. Oh, it's just so fluffy. They are, in fact, very fluffy. Here to be off, are you? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with you about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. Fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course, but it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you could handle yourself in a fight. But this lot here is another story, so I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area is safe, like. And if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way is clear, meet us outside Horizon. Place some of the road there is safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Anything you tell me of the beast? You go on ahead, son, and meet us in Horizon when you're satisfied our beastie problem's solved. We'll be on our way soon enough. Alright, Kaiba, let's go have some fun! What big old beastie do they have prepared for us? Alright, bridge to Hammerley. I assume this fate isn't what they mean, but let's find out. No wonder the Blades have so much trouble keeping track of these things when they just stand in AoEs. Alright. So it seems like that wasn't it. There's the destination over there. While we wait, Kaiba here of Giselbreen. Whoa, it's a void sound. I'm sure all the way out here. Just naturally occurring. It pleases me to see you well. Come, let the coachman know we can continue onward to Ul'dah. I must say that was a surprisingly pleasant ride. Mayhap the journey to Revenant's Toll will not be so bad after all. Hey, are you meant to be this guy's, like,
grumpy grandfather? Because you do not look that much older.
They have wings, so does that mean they can fly? And does that mean we can fly if we ride one?
It takes a lot of practice to let them fly, but it is possible.
Which do you think would win in a race? A horse or a horsebird?
It really depends on the horse. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Well fought, sir. Well fought. If only I were in better health, I would have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. We cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father. To she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Can I help you?
Hey, Mr. Ny'ardbert, Koru and I wanted to know why you became an adventurer.
None of these are really any of them, but sure. To win glory.
Glory? Ah, like bringing honor to your family, you mean? Yes, Father always goes on about that. It's my turn now. Excuse me, Mr. Ny'ardbert, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty?
Master civilization, harsh offering winds, home desires on its own. It's a stone's throw from an imperial castrum. It's a bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers.
You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait.
I mean, there's a couple.
Enough, Koru. It's my turn again. Mr. Ny'ardbert, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do?
Practice. And, yeah. Buy things for Arena. Seek out new experiences and adventures. If you're lucky, it'll come naturally.
Of course. To be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring.
Alright. That's enough questions for Mr. Ny'ardbert.
That's not fair. Why does Yozan get asked 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day?
Of course. If you work for it.
Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Ny'ardbert. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer, too.
Hell yeah.
When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Ny'ardbert and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Ny'ardbert and Lady Yugiri.
We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? I believe so. And away we go. Mind letting Master Alfino know we're here? I need to stay with the birds. Sure.
I bet they could keep out an entire legion of those walls.
Yeah, and they have. Would you look at that?
How many steps are there? 100? I'm gonna count.
You should count. That's a good one. It would be good to sleep in a proper bed for a change, even if it's only for a night. Alright, let's head on in and talk to Alfino. I think there's 80 steps, like that's what the name is. I don't know if that's actually how many there are, but... Oh, on the other side of the city. Alright. Not like all the way to the other side, just longer walk than I would have liked. There you are. Oh, Hugiri!
Has the first group arrived already? Wonderful. Pray inform Master Alfino at once.
We welcome your return, Master T.
I pray that you do not grow too accustomed to this treatment. It is a welcome respite, to be sure, but a far cry from what we can expect in Revenant's Toll.
It's true. Ah, Ny'ardbert. I take it the first group has arrived? Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Yugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. It's like the one I've got. It's better. Not by a lot, but it's better. It is past time Lady Yugiri met with the guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Vanland, which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak with Slavborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Minfilia, and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead. For that which is to come. Safe travels, Ny'ardbert.
We are ready to depart at your earliest convenience, but say the word and we shall follow.
Okay. I guess you haven't been to Revenant's Toll, but I'm not going to walk all the way there. So we'll just pretend I walked there, and you followed me, and I'm going to teleport. Alright? See you there. I'm honestly not even really sure how to get to Mordona. It's the kind of place that you walk to once. Slavborn! This place is about to get more lively again. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting, for though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they're willing to earn their keep, of course.
We are no strangers to hard work, Master Slavborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence.
Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Bray, understand. I give the same speech to all new arrivals. And you needn't bow your head or call me master, either. We are both frontier hands, as far as I'm concerned.
As you wish, Slaveborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship.
I guess you've yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Ny'ardbert. Why are you wasting time with me? See you in the Rising Stones. Slaveborn, you're underselling yourself. Like, the feeling is important and all, but, like, you run this place.
At long last, we have an opportunity to prove our worth. You shan't regret this, sir.
The sentries appear more than capable. Even so, it may be best to forbid our people from venturing beyond the walls unescorted, for the time being, at least.
To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. The Rising Stones is in the 7th heaven, yes? We shall follow anon.
What's going on in the Rising Stones? Let's see if our cast is rotated at all. Papalima, were you here before? Caldno was definitely in a different place.
As is the case with other distant lands, I've heard rumors of mysterious magics and martial arts.
I dare not lend credence to these tales, but I cannot help but hope that some are true. Eorzea may be a land of many cultures and creeds, but I nevertheless suspect that the Domans will struggle to adapt.
I wonder what herbs and spices they use in Doma. Maybe there's something I could add to my special tonic.
He's just standing there holding a crate. This little thing, it's nothing compared to what the Domans have endured. I mean, yeah, but you could still put it where it belongs.
So many youths these days fail to understand that it is incumbent on everyone to help those in need. That's why it's so wonderful when young men like Hoary Boulder rise to the occasion.
Hey there, Rita.
Did they really sail that half-rotted ship all the way from Othard? Isn't that dangerous? What if it had sprung a leak?
They'd have died. Good thing it didn't.
'Tis no use.
What's wrong, Menthalia?
Our attempts to reach the students about Desian
Sorry, I'm doing her voice way too natural.
continue to meet with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I'm given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unresolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our powers to help them.
That's totally fine. I get it.
Lady Yugiri is here.
Yes, that's what I said, that she's here to talk about things.
Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answers please me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slafborn. Lady Ugiri, Ny'ardbert.
Feel like there was a clause missing there, but maybe I just misread it.
I dared not give myself to hope in full, but for the first time in many moons I am willing to do so.
Mayhap I worry overmuch. With so many able-bodied adventurers about, what beasts could pose a threat?
I am amazed that none here knew of the War of Succession until we arrived. Have you truly heard naught of what has transpired?
Yeah, I mean, the Garleans are usually pretty tight-lipped outside of their own territory. And outside of spies, we don't really see much.
Lamine and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival, though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Y'shtola should be returning anon with a report from afield. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival?
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning a fleet with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
Great delivery there.
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity. And with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
Yeah, it's Echo.
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye. A Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Okay. I think that marks about halfway through this patch's MSQ. The recording is starting to get a little long, so I think we're going to split that here. I don't know if this is going to be a separate episode or what, but regardless, Ny'ardbert will return in The Sea Rises.